Boom! What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. This is a surprise movie talk hangout live stream session. It's Memorial Day, and you don't say Memorial, or you don't say Happy Memorial Day. I googled that. I was thinking, I was like, to me, it doesn't sound right. To me, it sounds very bizarre to Happy Memorial Day, because of the context behind it and the meaning behind it. So you don't say Happy Memorial Day, believe it or not. That is something that I learned. You just kind of acknowledge that it's Memorial Day, which today is. And so we're just gonna hang out for a little bit. If anybody is watching either live or after the fact that has served the country, whether currently or in the past or will in the future, um, I know I can speak for everybody in the chat, myself, everybody. Thank you for the service to the country. Is look, I mean, without these people, it's I don't know. It's crazy to think of what kind of world we would live in if we didn't have our military protecting us. So it's really I have a sister who served in the Navy for a few years. I'm not exactly sure how many years completely, but she served in the Navy. So I am a sibling to a veteran, so I completely respect and totally admire the bravery that it took for her to do something like that. I mean, I remember because it was like right around 2001 is when she enlisted. Shortly after, shortly after, what happened in 2001. So it means a lot. This day does mean a lot. Unfortunately, I feel like a lot of us don't really, uh, pay the due respect. And it is what it is. But today we're not gonna, we're just gonna hang out. We're gonna have a good time. And we're going to talk whatever the heck you guys want to talk about. But I did want to talk, since it is Memorial Day, I did want to talk about some of my personal favorite war movies when it comes to cinema, because there are some phenomenal ones out there that honor soldiers that have served and that have great depictions, and maybe some that aren't so great critically received, but they are still favorites of mine. So we'll talk about those, and then we'll just see whatever the heck else you guys want to talk about. I don't know who's going to join tonight. Again, this is a surprise live stream. So whoever joins, that means they either got lucky or they did have that dinner bell turned on, so they knew the FOS kitchen was cooking. So yeah, it's a fun time. It's a fun time hanging out tonight. We're gonna get into it. So let me know if you are joining right now. Some of your favorite war movies, like the movies that mean a lot to you, movies that you think really represent today perfectly, that honor soldiers that served. It's yeah, it's there's a lot of them out there. There's a lot of war movies out there, and I have a few that I constantly either go to, like that I'm thinking of in my head, like today when I woke up and I realized, oh, it's Memorial Day. Just a couple of these movies came rushing into my head. So curious to see if anybody else thinks of these as well. I mean, there's the obvious ones, and I'm sure I'll name one or two, but there might be a one or two in there that you might not think about. But also, we are getting close. Let me see here. What is today? Today is Monday, May 29th. Yep, I should know that. Memorial Day, May 29th. So what? That's only 2 more days. 2 more days. And we are going to be at the end of the month. And what does that mean? Well, here on the channel, that means if you're new to the channel, if you haven't caught on to what is going on here, at the end of the month, we tally up every super chat that was donated to the channel, which we greatly appreciate because it literally goes right back into the channel, like this camera that we picked up recently. So it's going to help fund that. It's going to help fund, anything that we might need, new cables. If sometimes cables get old, you might have to replace those. Any super chat goes right back into the channel in one way, shape, or form. So every super chat donated, we tally up the dollar amount. So every dollar equals one push-up that I have to do. And today, specifically Memorial Day, it kind of adds up right there, because to be a soldier, you have to go through boot camp, and to go through boot camp, I'm sure you have to do 1 or 2 push-ups. So, yeah, that is what's going on. We're at 37 at the end of the month, June 1st. I have to do 37 freaking push-ups. So, can we get to 40? I don't know. Do you guys want to see me struggle and do 40? It's totally optional. Hey, if you want to see these little dopey noodle arms, even though there's some definition right there, I guess. But if you want to see these, like if you want to see me struggle immensely, like if you really want to see that, like if that's gonna get your rocks off, then hey, make it happen, and I will gladly do it for you. I am here to entertain, and so that's what's going on. So we're at 37. I have a list going right here. Let me pull it up so we can all see it. Here it is right here. This is, oh wait, no, sorry. We're at 40. Sorry, we are at 40. We are at 40. I thought we were at 37 for some reason. We are at 40. So if you want to see me do any more than 40, hey, by all means, that little dollar sign thing right down there by the chat room, that's totally optional, up to you. But here is, hold on. There we go. Here is the list. Once it decides to focus right there. That is the list. That's everybody that has donated, and I greatly appreciate all of you. First of all, for just watching, but second of all, for actually donating your hard-earned money to the channel. And clearly, all these people want to see me struggle. So we're at 40 push-ups I have to do. Geez, 50? Can we get to 50? Can you imagine 50 push-ups? Like, that's insane. Like, I'm gonna look like Arnold if we do these like for a couple months. Like 50 push-ups at the end of the month, and it's gonna be in a pre-recorded video, but there's gonna be no camera tricks, nothing like that. So don't worry about that. It's gonna be one take. And we're just gonna I'm gonna power through them. I'm gonna somehow power through 40 push-ups currently, but can we get to 50? Let me know. Hey, let me know. Do you want 50 push-ups? All right. So that's what's going on. Today's Memorial Day. We want to definitely honor and thank everybody. If you are watching, if you are a currently serving, past serving, future serving soldier, veteran, thank you so much for your service, keeping freedom free. And I get to sit here in a chair, talk to a camera, be live on YouTube, and that's amazing. And I try to always remind myself, don't take that for granted. Just it's something you can't take for granted. So we're all here, we're hanging out tonight because we are able to do that because of the brave men, women, everybody, non-binary, all those people that serve the country. So thank you for your service. It does mean a lot. Let us see who's joining tonight, and then we are going to get into any questions, comments, concerns you may have. We got Lance Jackson. Wow, beat Adrian. I cannot believe this. Lance says, hey, fans of something. Love the content. Appreciate that. At home watching Fat Albert. Well, I know why you wrote hey then. Yep, Kenan Thompson. Love him in that movie. He's pretty good. He is. Yeah, Kenan's pretty dang good in that movie, isn't he? Yeah, he's pretty cool. He's pretty cool in that movie. Good Burger, obviously. That's when I think of Kenan, I think of Fat Albert. I also think of Good Burger. Just recently watched that. They're filming Good Burger 2. So we'll see. We'll see what Good Burger brings. I don't know if it's going to be anything worthwhile. But yeah, dude. Hey, right back at ya. Laren, boom. What's cooking in that FOS kitchen? Well, dude, I will tell you, something's cooking in that kitchen. Quite literally right now, the kitchen is dark. There's nothing going on in the kitchen right now, but we're just hanging out, man. We're just hanging out. It's Memorial Day, and we're going to get into talking about some war movies. So definitely, everybody in those in the chat room, please let us know. Let us know what your some of your favorite war movies, the ones that you go to time and time again, especially today. I mean, today's the best time to watch one of those things, right? So yeah, let me know. And in case anyone did join recently, because I saw some of the viewership go up here, we are approaching the end of the month, so that means that you know what that means on Fans of Something. I am going to have to do some push-ups because we honor every super chat that gets donated to the channel. So every dollar equals one push-up. We are at currently 40 push-ups. I want to see. I don't know. I'm not crossing my fingers just yet, but I want to see, can we get to 50 push-ups? I think that's the magic number. 50 push-ups. I think I can do 50 push-ups. 40, I'm already nervous, but I'm really nervous about 50, but I want to try. I want to try to do 50 push-ups at the end of the month here. So that's totally up to you guys if that happens. But yeah, right now we're at 40. So the Geek Ledger was up. Hello, the Geek Ledger. Are you new? I don't this avatar, this logo, everything about this it seems like you're new here to the channel. If you are, appreciate that. Welcome. Thank you for joining one of the live streams and just hanging out, because that's all we're doing here. We're just hanging out. Let's see here. We got Haley doing a little tiny boom. Boom. That's cool. I didn't even know how you did that. That's pretty cool. Lance says on another movie. Another movie. Bend It Like Beckham. Yeah, that's that soccer movie, isn't it? Yeah. Get On Up, starring the wonderful Chadwick Boseman. I have not seen Get On Up. Get On Up. There we go. I haven't seen Get On Up. I have seen 42, which I think that's the performance for me that I'll always remember Chadwick as Jackie Robinson. Just some powerful stuff in there. 100% powerful stuff. Particularly when I think of 42, I think of that scene where he's constantly getting berated by the white players, right? Because Jackie Robinson's black. All the players around him are white. And there's this one guy, I don't know what he is, if he's an umpire, if he's just like a coach, I don't know his role, but he's just like slinging derogatory things at Jackie, like constantly. And watching it, it's like already hard because it's like, dude, come on, man. Like, okay, it's one thing if you think that to yourself, like that's already kind of, but I mean, to just openly throw it out there and like just shout it at the dude as he's playing baseball. And then the most powerful moment is when he goes into it's not a dugout, but he he leaves the field, he goes down into like a hallway, and he takes his baseball bat because he knows he can't do anything on the field, right? He can't fight back. So he goes down into this hallway and he takes this baseball bat, and Chadwick Boseman, oh my God, he just slams this baseball bat up against the wall because he's pissed, and he's probably incredibly hurt. And it's just powerful stuff, powerful acting. Like that's the scene I remember from 42 the most, just when that happened in the theater. And I did catch this movie in the theaters, 42. When he did that, when he took that baseball bat and smashed it up against the wall, I felt that I felt that it gave me chills. So yeah, Chadwick Boseman, man, RIP. Sad that he passed away. Yeah, it's James Brown. Yep. Adrian, there's Adrian. All right, Adrian. Whew, I was like, oh, where's Adrian? Let's see here. The Master of All Movies. Wow. The Master of All Movies. That's a big title. Prestwood DVD Collector. I love that. The Master of All Movies, Prestwood DVD Collector. Welcome. Going full method for my R. Lee Ermey performance in said video. Yes. That's where during the push-ups. Yeah. Yep. And we're going to be talking about R. Lee Ermey tonight. We're going to be definitely talking about R. Lee Ermey because I think when you think of actors and people in the entertainment industry that kind of go hand in hand with Memorial Day. The first one that comes to mind is R. Lee Ermey, because the dude was quite literally in the military. He was a drill sergeant in real life, and insane. Also, like, I am I the only one that, first of all, that knows this, but second of all, when they found out that this was him, my mind was blown. R. Lee Ermey, the guy from Full Metal Jacket, the Texas Chainsaw remake, he is also the voice of the main little tiny green soldier in Toy Story. Did I just blow somebody's mind, or is his voice so, like we all know R. Lee Ermey's voice, because his voice is very distinctive. He has a very distinct voice, but yeah, he's that main little toy soldier, and that's perfect casting, isn't it? Like, that's perfect. That's perfect. That's the most perfect casting in that entire movie. The master of all movies says, I'm home getting back from vacation. Gotcha. Wow, you lucky. I'm not going to say it. I wanted to say lucky duck, but I'm not going to say it. The master of all movies, home from vacation. Well, where the heck did you vacation? Horror and More, one of our great moderators. Really sorry that I missed your live stream today. I was at work. I got off work, checked Instagram, saw that you posted about it, and I was like, I missed Nadia's return to live streaming. I'm so sorry. I will catch the replay though after I get off here. But I'm so happy you're back. I'm so happy you're back to streaming. Was it a good one? Should I be excited? Is there some juicy GTA goodness going on there? Let's see here. The Geek Ledger, Hacksaw Ridge. I remember watching the trailer. The movie was about I know how to say that, but there's some words I struggle with, and that one I always struggle with. Conscious. I don't know. I have family members who joined the military, so that was very meaningful. Yes, Hacksaw Ridge. I don't have like a list I'm going to pull up here. I'm just going to kind of spew them out as we get going here. But yeah, Hacksaw Ridge is, I think, probably the best, most recent military war movie that I've seen, and that's what, 2015. I think it's somewhere in there, 2015, 16. Yeah, Andrew Garfield. That has a Lionsgate steelbook that I picked up off of eBay because I missed it when it was in stores. I didn't get the Lionsgate steelbook bug in time for that one, but I found it on eBay pretty cheap. Yeah, Hacksaw Ridge, dude, from Mel Gibson, right? Mel Gibson directed that thing. Yeah, like, I remember watching it, and it took a while for me to get into it. That was one that I was like, because I'm not the biggest Andrew Garfield fan. Like, I think he's good. He's great in The Social Network, but I'm not like a diehard Garfield fan, and I'm not talking about the little cat. But I was like, okay, and he's doing some like Southern type accent here. Okay, interesting. Vince Vaughn's in here. He's the drill instructor. Okay, all right. And then the second he gets onto that freaking war zone battlefield area, and some dude gets blown, I was like, oh, okay. I was expecting PG-13, even though I knew it was rated R. I was expecting PG-13 violence. I should have known. It's Mel Gibson, so goes hardcore in that movie. So Hacksaw Ridge is absolutely, like I said, I think it's the best, most recent war movie that I've seen. I know there's been some others that have come out, most recently All Quiet on the Western Front, that remake that got nominated for a bunch of Oscars. I haven't seen that one. I have not seen All Quiet on the Western Front, so I'm not too sure if I would put it in there. I'm sure I would. I know that I'm on a quest to watch every Best Picture winner, so that means I'm not watching that one, although I'll probably watch it at some point. But I will be watching the original one, because the original one is the one that won Best Picture, right? From like the 40s. I want to say it's in the 40s. So very, very cool. Have I seen The Deer Hunter? The Deer Hunter. I have not seen The Deer Hunter. No, that's Robert De Niro, right? Yeah, I haven't seen the Deer Hunter. Hold on, I wanna pull that up here. I wanna pull up the poster for the Deer Hunter. I can see it in my head, but, thinking of Platoon, that's okay, okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, Christopher Walken, that's right. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, see, I don't know who this director is, Michael Cimino? For some reason, I was thinking it was Oliver Stone, but then I corrected myself and realized, nope, it's actually, Platoon that he directed. But yeah, here we go. Oh, yes, look at that. Hold on, let me make the screen a little bigger here. Boom, there we go. The Deer Hunter. Yeah. Robert De Niro, an epic war drama. Ooh. It's about a trio of Slavic American steelworkers whose lives were upended after fighting in the Vietnam War. Who whose life wasn't upended after fighting in Vietnam? Geez, like Vietnam looks like not a lot of fun. And I say that, not laughing at the whole thing, but I mean, I feel like enough time has passed where you can kind of, go, it didn't look like it was fun. Didn't look like it was fun for sure. I got to be in the right mood for some of these movies. You know what I mean? Like you got to be in the right mood for something like that. Something like The Deer Hunter. But talking about Vietnam, I will just go right into this. Good Morning Vietnam. Now, Good Morning Vietnam is an interesting war movie because there isn't a whole lot of war going on, right? Like when we think of war movies, I think we like envision at least one, if not plenty, of battle sequences, violence, gunfire, all this stuff. There's a like there. I think there's a little bit of it in Good Morning Vietnam. There's definitely an explosion, which is incredible. But for the most part, this movie is very like there's not a lot of violence, but it takes place in Vietnam during the Vietnam War, and it's one of Robin's best movies. If you haven't seen Good Morning Vietnam, please do yourself a favor. And that's why I bring it up because, like I said, The Deer Hunter, I got to be in the right mood for something like that, an epic war drama movie. Like, ooh, good lord. But Good Morning Vietnam's a lot more palatable, on your tongue. It's like, oh, okay, like I can watch this because the first half of the movie is just nothing but shenanigans. Like that's all it is. It's just Robin being Robin, doing what I'm doing right now, but doing it way faster, way funnier. So that's I love that movie. I love Good Morning Vietnam. I got to remember the camera's right here. I wish you could get rid of seeing yourself. Like I wish you could get rid of on like seeing yourself on the screen. Um, but yeah, Good Morning Vietnam is absolutely incredible, and then it takes it. There's a bit of a. It's not even a twist, but there's a bit of a shift in the subject matter and in the overall feeling of the movie halfway through, and that's basically the from the moment that something explodes. And look, I I have to go back and watch that because just off of memory, Robin Williams did that stunt. Like he's walking out of a building and behind him the building explodes and it's not fake. I mean, obviously it's not CGI or anything and it's Robin in the frame. So that's insane to me to think that he actually performed that stunt. He walked away from a building and got far enough that it was safe and they blew it up. And that's nuts. Like, yeah, it's like not the most insane stunt you could do, but Robin Williams doing a stunt. So if for no other reason, check out Good Morning Vietnam to see Robin Williams do an insane stunt. Um, Through the lens, what's going on? Becoming a regular here on the live streams. Love it, love it. Through the lens. That's a great. That's such a great name. I love it. Fans of something. Yes, I love those movies in my collection. I love how you wrote fans of Say Something. That's a good song from A Great Big World. Say something, I'm giving up on you. Yeah, it's a good song. Nice. I'm obsessed with horror movies. Okay, all right. Yeah, horror movies. And honestly, some war movies definitely present uh the subject matter as kind of, horror. Like, I mean, there's no like chainsaws or machetes being used, sometimes machetes, but the one that comes to mind is Full Metal Jacket. Um, it could be my favorite war movie, because one, it's Kubrick, and two, I mean, it has, I think, the best boot camp sequence that I've ever seen in a movie. Just right out of the gate, they're shaving their heads, they're bald, and then boom, we're into Arlie Ermy berating the cameraman. And it's insane. It's so good. It is so good. Yes, the second half of Full Metal Jacket is what it is. It's definitely not the best. I've never heard anyone tell me that they like the second half of Full Metal Jacket better than the first half. I'm sure someone out there likes it, but yeah, Full Metal Jacket. But the boot camp, how it kind of culminates, is so presented as horror. Like, oh my god, like the music, the like almost dripping, like the. Choo, choo. Oh, it's so good. Like you can hear a pin drop when they're in the bathroom. Vincent D'Onofrio. Oh my god. And that's a great movie that shows what boot camp can do to a person, you know what I mean? Like someone that's really not meant to be in in that environment. And I've always thought about that, like I've always like cuz I actually contemplated, when I was in high school and I was kind of not sure what I wanted to do with my life, not that I'm sure what I want to do with my life right now. I'm still figuring it out, but this is fun. I like this. But back in high school, oh man, I was so confused. So I actually contemplated doing what my sister did and joining the Navy. I even had what are they called? The people that recruiter. I had a recruiter come out and do all the questions and everything, and um, like that's as far as I took it. And then he left, and I think I turned to my folks and I was like, yeah, I don't know. I don't think I'm cut out for the military. Like, I really don't think I'm cut out for the military because all I could remember, going back to my sister who joined the Navy, all I can remember is her sending us letters from boot camp, literally crying. Like, she was crying as she was writing them. She just, she would tell us that she was crying as she was writing it. Her feet were killing her. They were swollen. Like oh my god, I was petrified. Like that's all that came back after the guy left. Like when he was there, I was in the moment, I was like, yeah, I'm joining the Navy. And then he left, and all of a sudden I got flooded with all these memories of my sister's name is Danny. All these memories of Danny telling me, just how hard it was, But then I think like, if she could do it, I guess I could do it, but I don't know. She's stronger than I am. That's 100%. I will happily admit that. My sister Danny is 1,000% stronger than I am. So it's wild. I don't know. That was a tangent, but that's what's gonna happen tonight. Tangents. Of course, Saving Private Ryan. Of course. Yes, that's probably the GOAT, right? That's the GOAT. Saving Private Ryan. Yeah, it is. I mean, it's a powerful, powerful movie. And I think it gets the message across of, what it's like to serve and then what it's like to live a life and carry something with you. I think it does. I think Saving Private Ryan does it the best from what I've seen. I haven't seen every war movie, but I do think Saving Private Ryan shows, obviously the horrors of being there in the moment, but then of course, all those years later and not being able to let it go, and it in a way haunts you. It's wild. Yeah, it's a wild, wild movie. 1917, I haven't seen 1917. So yeah, 1917, All Quiet on the Western Front. Those are probably the two big ones that are blind spots on my war movie watch list. Of course, Platoon I haven't seen. The Deer Hunter I haven't seen. Trying to think of some other like top tier war movies. Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I'm kind of relying on you guys in the chat room to spawn some of these. That's one right there. You know what I mean? Okay, Dancing with Wolves, Kevin Costner. Is that a war movie? Is that considered a war movie? Dancing with Wolves, Dances with Wolves. Is that a? I don't know. Hold on. Let me look this up here. Um, Dances with Wolves. Something's I don't know. Like I don't think of that as a war movie. Dances with Wolves. Yeah, it says it's an epic Western film. So, I mean, there might be war elements in there, right? Like there might be, scenes depicting war, but I don't know. It tells the story of a Union Army lieutenant, okay, who travels to the American frontier to find a military post. Okay, so it's not described here, at least on Wikipedia, and take that for what you will. It's Wikipedia. It's described as an epic Western film, but okay, yeah, sure. I guess we'll count that as a war movie. But then see at the bottom here, it says it's credited as a leading influence for the revitalization of the Western genre. So I think it's more primarily considered a Western, but I also can see why you would think that it has the label of war movie attached to it. Dances with Wolves, I definitely want to check out because I love Avatar, right? James Cameron's Avatar. And that's all that people compare it to. It's like, oh, well, if you like Avatar, it's Avatar is basically Dances with Wolves in space. So if I love Avatar, I'm probably going to dig the crap out of Dances with Wolves because I love that story. Like that. Oh, I love that story. Like the the American, right? The stupid American that goes into like some foreign territory and becomes like that's what happens, right? In Dances with Wolves, he becomes like part of that culture that he was an enemy of before. I love that story, like that classic story, Pocahontas, Fern Gully, that kind of crap. What do we got here? The Geek Ledger. Two of my great grandfathers served in World War II, one in the Navy and one in the Army as a field medic. Wow. Yeah, I mean, major, major, major props, especially back then. You know what I mean? I mean, look, war is never easy, like, especially today. I'm like, but man, like just back then in terms of technology, what they had available to them, I'm sure there's a lot better resources, or at least you'd like to think there's a lot better resources today for people that are serving, that are injured during war, that have stuff that they can actually come back from. Back then, man, whew, back then was scary times. It was sort of just kind of like, here, you're on your own, man. At least that's the vibe I get. I don't know. I'm not speaking from any kind of actual understanding, but wow, Huck, haven't seen you in here in a while. What's going on, Huck? What's going on, my friend? I'm at work, but shh, I got you on the side. Don't tell anyone. Thank you. I appreciate that. Hopefully I'm keeping it, not too loud. I'm not like yelling, but hopefully, just turn me down a little bit if I'm taking it a little too hard here. But yeah, what's going on, Huck? Glad to see you back in here. You got your trivia coming up, which I'm very excited to check that one out. It's got some players I'm interested to see how they do. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Haley says war movies are or aren't. War movies aren't necessarily rewatchable in my opinion, but Grave of the Fireflies is definitely one you have to see at least once. Grave of the Fireflies. Yeah, I haven't even heard of that. Hold on. Grave of the Fireflies. Grave. There it is. 1988. Oh, okay. It's animated. Whoa. Grave of the Fireflies is a 1988 Japanese animated war tragedy film. And it's been ranked as one of the greatest war films of all time, and it's recognized as a major work of Japanese animation. Wow. Wow. Okay. Maybe tonight. I don't know. I don't know. We still have to finish. What the hell? We watched Dog Soldiers. We still have to finish that thing. Also, by the way, since I have you here, Laren, did you send us Dog Soldiers on Blu-ray? The Scream Factory of Dog Soldiers. Did you send that to us? I can't remember. I could just check out the video where we open your package, but kind of lazy. So since I have you here in the live chat, did you send us Dog Soldiers? Because we have the Blu-ray. So I'm just trying to remember if you sent that to us or not. War movies. Yeah. See, when you okay, so it's not a big list, but when you go to Wikipedia and the greatest of films, right? It has all the genres here. And when you go to war, it says Saving Private Ryan was voted as the greatest war film in a 2008 Channel 4 poll of the 100 greatest war films. So whatever that means to you, but yeah, we should pull up. Let me pull up a list here. The greatest war movies of all time. War movies. Go. Let's see here. 1917, The Thin Red Line, I haven't seen. I saw Dunkirk. I'm not a fan of Dunkirk. I'm not a fan of Dunkirk. I don't know what it was about that movie, but I wasn't a fan of it. Fury, I want to see because it's got John Bernthal in there. Big John Bernthal fan. American Sniper, yes, American Sniper with Bradley Cooper. That's a great war movie directed by Clint Eastwood. Yep, oh man, that's an intense opening. Potentially the most intense opening of a war movie that I've seen. Hacksaw Ridge, Lone Survivor with Marky Mark. I do want to check that one out. Inglorious Bastards. I want to check that one out as well. Full Metal Jacket, Saving Private Ryan, Black Hawk Down. Need to see that one. That's from, is that Ridley Scott? Is Black Hawk Down Ridley Scott? I want to say it is. 13 Hours, Michael Bay. The Hurt Locker. Yeah. Yeah. Schindler's List, I guess, is counted as a war movie. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, Paths of Glory. Let's talk a little bit about Paths of Glory because that is one of my favorites for sure from Stanley Kubrick. Look, Kubrick made some of the best. Usually his movies were called anti-war movies, but you can just call them war movies. But yeah, Paths of Glory and what was that other war movie he did? So he did Full Metal Jacket, Paths of Glory. Spartacus is kind of it borders on, but it's not based on, right? Is that based on reality or is that like a fictional thing? I don't know. Oh, what the heck? Kubrick did another like war movie. Is it oh Jesus. I'm blanking. It's because I'm live right now. Normally because I know all of Kubrick's movies. Paths of Glory. Okay, Fear and Desire. Fear and Desire. Yes, Fear and Desire. That's his like first movie, and it's not critically acclaimed. It's really not that great, but that was that was his start. So he kind of started with the whole war thing, and took it all the way to the end, pretty much to the end, because Full Metal Jacket is his penultimate film. But Paths of Glory, that's a wicked movie. That's a Criterion Collection title. I need that in the collection, actually. I don't have that. So this next sale, I'm gonna have to pick that up. But man, Kirk Douglas gives one hell of a performance. And there's some cool shots of them in like the trenches and everything, and bombs are going off around them. And you think about when that movie was made, it's kind of wild. So Paths of Glory is a great one. But no one has mentioned my favorite war movie of all time yet. No one's mentioned my favorite war movie of all time. I know I said Full Metal Jacket, but that's probably, in my opinion, the one of the best, if not the best, just in my opinion. But it's not my favorite. It's not my favorite. If I did say that during the stream, I take it back. I take it back. No one has actually mentioned my true favorite war film of all time yet. I'm curious to see if the chat room is going to bring it up here. A Russian film called Beanpole. Beanpole. It's a great war film. Deals with people around the war rather than the action. Yeah, that's kind of interesting when they do that. You know what I mean? Something like Good Morning Vietnam, or I guess Beanpole. Although that's a very interesting name for a movie. Beanpole. Keep it on the DL Huckster. Good to see you. Hucky Pucky in the house. Oh, geez. Hucky Pucky. There we go. Hard copy. What's going on, Vin? Hey, all. Everyone talking war films. Yeah, well, that's not the like the thumbnail is just surprise movie talk, but it is Memorial Day, so it kind of just makes sense to we might as well, right? We're here, might as well talk about some war movies. It's 1917 is your favorite. Okay, Deer Hunters are really impactful. Tough watch for sure. Yeah, that's the thing that's like, I know I should see it, right? Because it's got some killer actors in there. But man, tough watch for sure. That and Platoon, I really want to see Platoon. Um, I second the love for 1917. Yep, yep. What's this? Da Five Bloods. Is that literally the movie? Da Five Bloods is good too. Spike Lee joint that no one recognizes. Da Five Bloods. Hold on, got to pull this up here because that's just like an interesting title. Duh. Well, so is Beanpole. Da Five Bloods. Wow, look at that. 2 hours, 34 minutes. Good Lord. 92% on Rotten Tomatoes. It's got Chadwick Boseman in there. Wow. Jonathan Majors. Jonathan Majors. He's kind of controversial, I guess, right? Interesting. Da Five Bloods. Oh, it's a Netflix movie. Oh, interesting. Very cool. The film's plot follows a group of four aging Vietnam War veterans who return to the country in search of the remains of their fallen squad leader, as well as the treasures they buried while serving there. Interesting. Hmm. It had numerous nominations, including Best Original Score. Wow. Da Five Bloods. That's a long release or runtime. That's a long runtime. Wow. Interesting. Da Five Bloods. Beanpole. Hold on. We got to pull up Beanpole here. And if it's funny looking, well, as funny as that kind of thing could be. Just the name Beanpole. Like, how'd they go with that? Beanpole. Here it is. Beanpole. 93 on Rotten Tomatoes, 2 hours, 17 minutes. That's the thing with war movies, isn't it? They're usually pretty damn long. Let's see here. Here it is right here. Beanpole. Huh, it's a Russian drama film. Huh. Very cool. Very, very cool. Yeah, I don't know that this is necessarily one that I'll watch anytime soon. But interesting title. Interesting title. Let's see here. I have 1917, but haven't watched it yet. Probably will tonight. There you go. Today's the perfect excuse to watch that one war movie that you've been holding off on, right? Do it tonight. Do it tonight. Why not? Yeah, it's a great single shot film, Laren. Single shot. A bit more of an intimate feel as opposed to most war films, as it closely follows a small task given to two men. And I love anytime they do some kind of gimmicky camera trick like that. Like, oh, I love that stuff. Single take movies. Let's see here. LOL, all good, man. Skip to the first 20 minutes or so. I had some audio issues. But yes, lots of juice to be spilled. Ooh, I love when juice is spilled. No, actually, I really don't. I hate that. I absolutely loathe when juice or any other kind of sticky substance is spilled. But yeah, I will definitely check it out. I was very PO'd when I realized that you went live and somehow I missed it. Let's see. I'll let you know what I think then. Yep, the original Western Front, 1930. Okay, what did I say? The 40s? 1930. Whew. 1930, coming up on 100 years. That's absolutely insane. Good morning, Vietnam. Yeah, that after watching that instantly, like if I really sat down and made a top 10 favorite war films, Good Morning Vietnam's in there. Deer Hunter has one scene in particular, one of the most emotionally disturbing scenes of any film I can recall. Wow. Sign me up. No, like seriously, I'm really curious to check this film out, The Deer Hunter. Whew. I don't know. I don't know. Dell on movies. What's going on, Dell? Glad you could join us. The Imitation Game, another good war movie. That's the one with Benedict Cumberbatch, right? Doctor Strange. World War II Code Breakers. Rare for war films to focus on people other than soldiers or spies. Also rare to focus on gay war heroes as well. So what, this movie does that? Awesome. 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 The Imitation Game. Of course. Has anyone mentioned Full Metal Jacket yet? One of my Full Metal Jacket. I don't know, what did I say there. One of my favorite war flicks. Yes, yes. That's top tier right there. Full Metal Jacket, of course. Haven't seen Platoon. No, I have not seen Platoon. Have not seen Platoon. Yeah, haven't seen it. Oh, okay. My name is Sarah Prestwood. Gotcha, 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 gotcha. Okay, yeah, I kind of figured Prestwood was that doesn't sound like a first name, so I kind of figured that might have been your last name. Okay, but your full name, Sarah Prestwood. Awesome, awesome. I'll store that in my head going forward. Um, we're t- we're talking about war movies, blowing stuff up, like people like emotionally ruptured for the rest of their lives. And Through the Lens wants to know, have you seen The Little Mermaid yet? Did a review on the channel today. Didn't like the movie too much. Haven't seen The Little Mermaid. Um, is that a war movie? Like there's some battle elements in there, right? Like there's some kind of feuding going on between Ariel and Ursula. Uh, but that sucks. You didn't like it. No, haven't seen that. I'm not the biggest Little Mermaid fan, so I'm not kind of rushing out to see that. Although I did today, I kind of realized how much like how stupid people are and how unfortunate it is for Halle Bailey. And you really have to slow down when you say her name because all I want to say is Halle Berry, but it's Halle Bailey, and it's very unfortunate because if you go on her Instagram and go to like any of her photos, especially ones that have Ariel, man, people are so mean in the comments, like just saying like Ariel's not black, Ariel, like we want white Ariel. It's just like, really, people, really, really, really. Okay, I understand it might not be accurate to your precious 1989 or whatever year it came out Disney movie, but come on, come on. But hey, you know what? I think it's done pretty damn well. So I'm sure she's laughing all the way to the bank. So, but yeah, I'm just not in the biggest rush to check out the Little Mermaid live action. I think war movies are better when it deals with the repercussions of war rather than the action of it all. That's just me. No, I totally agree. I completely agree. Don't get me wrong. I love seeing a good war sequence. I love seeing how real they can make it look. But at the end of the day, I think that is the more interesting thing, right? Taking it with you, like, because most of us are never going to know what that's like. Most of us, and thankfully, right? But most of us will never, ever truly know what it feels like to participate in war and have to live with that for the rest of your life, assuming you're lucky enough to live. Yeah, so the closest we can get is a film or a documentary. So I think it's awesome when they do that because the general public needs to know that kind of stuff. Like what is it like? What are these veterans going through on their day to day basis? Second half is really wow, second half is really good, overshadowed by how insanely great the first half is. Okay, I thought you were gonna say that you like the second half better. Yeah, yeah, I mean, come on, when you have Arlie Ermy yelling at the camera for however it's 40 minutes or whatever it is, I mean, you can't beat that. So, but no, like the second half is really good, especially because I think there's almost like a one take uh sequence in there, like there's a bit of a like just like the cameras following the guys as they're going through and they're getting like shot, picked off and everything. It's very interesting. Yeah. No, I think all of Full Metal Jacket is great. But definitely the boot camp is chef's kiss. Well, if Edward here went into the Navy, then we wouldn't have FOS. That is correct. Yeah. No, I mean, when you stop and think about it, like, if I did this in my life, how would, the domino effect happen, right? So yeah, no. I mean, I don't know if I'd be on YouTube, but I don't think I'd still be in the maybe I'd still be in the military, but I feel like had I joined, I would have only done 4 years and then gotten out. But yeah, no, never did it. Never did it. There's a lot of things I've always thought about doing. I got my pilot license, my private pilot license, not an airline pilot. Didn't keep going with that. But yeah, yeah, we'd have FON, fans of Navy, fans of the Navy. Yeah, yeah. And the reason I landed on the Navy is two reasons. One, Danny, my sister, it just felt right. Two, I was like, well, what's the easiest of the four, right? You have the Marines, the Air Force, the Army, the Navy. What's the easiest one? And I think Danny was like, yeah, the Navy or the Air Force. You stay away from the Marines and stay away from the Army. But yeah, so that's how I landed on the Navy, even though I didn't join. Other great war movies: Glory, Dunkirk, Letters from Iwo Jima, First Blood. That's interesting that you are, because see, like I wouldn't like, because I know what you're talking about. You're talking about Rambo. I wouldn't think, just face value, I would just call that an action movie, you know? But that's interesting that you think, or that to you, and it's all subjective. First Blood is a war movie because I know he's a veteran, right? Rambo is a veteran. So yeah, Glory I haven't seen, Dunkirk I have seen, Letters from Iwo Jima I haven't seen, or the sequel. Or no, sorry, that is the sequel. The first movie is Flags of Our Fathers, right? But I haven't seen those. Didn't care for Dunkirk. I didn't either. Maybe I just don't like Harry Styles as an actor. I don't know. I think it's Christopher Nolan. Um, I think I've realized I like Nolan in his early career. I like him when he's doing earlier, like Insomnia, Prestige. I want to see Following, that kind of stuff. The View with Drew. What's going on, Drew? And then we got right below the Soulless Trench Coat. I love these names. You guys are killing it with these names. Also, I've noticed we have a bunch of people joining, new people. We have a thing going, and today's the day to do it, right? Push-ups. I think we're talking about military, all this stuff. We're trying to get. Right now we're at 40 push-ups. 40. Well, hold on. Maybe it's. I don't know which way I should go here. But 40 push-ups I have to do on June 1st. Can we get to 50? Do you want to see me do and struggle with 50 push-ups? 45? I don't know. I don't know. It's up to you guys. Hey, I'm here to make you laugh, and guaranteed you're going to laugh when you watch the video. Guaranteed you're going to laugh because I am going to struggle. I'm going to struggle. I'm going to struggle. Oh, cool. Drew popped into your stream earlier. Awesome. I did not send Dog Soldiers. Good to know. But I was proud of you for picking it up. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Yeah, because I knew, I know you sent us some werewolf movies like Bad Moon, right? You sent Bad Moon, and did you send The Howling? I feel like you sent The Howling, but I couldn't remember if you sent Dog Soldiers, and that's what we landed on last night. That's what we landed on. Because I have a pile of movies that I'm trying to, from my collection, my personal collection, I'm trying to whittle them down. So I was like, all right, we need to pick from this pile. We have to pick from this pile, and we ended up on a Dog Soldiers right here. So good to know. Good to know. You didn't send it. What do we got? Not a movie, but Band of Brothers. Yep, that's from Steven Spielberg and Tom Hanks, right? They're like producers on it. The start of each episode. Oh, they start. Oh, wait. The start of each. Sorry, the start of each episode has interviews with veterans. Oh, wow, wow. Yeah, Band of Brothers. Yep, I hear a lot about that. The Hurt Locker is fantastic. Schindler's List is great, but a one-time watch for most. Yes, the Hurt Locker with Catherine Bigelow as the director. I have that Lionsgate Steelbook as well. I don't know. There's like so many war movies I want to watch right now. The Hurt Locker is really one I want to watch because it is in the collection, and I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it. I've seen the opening of Hurt Locker, and that's another very intense opening. The Hurt Locker. You're thinking Doctor Strangelove. You're thinking Doctor Strangelove. Doctor Strangelove. Oh, when I was talking about Kubrick and his war movies. Yeah. Okay. I guess that is another one of his war movies, isn't it? Although that's more of like a political satire comedy film, I would say. Because they're in the war. What's the joke? There's no fighting in the war. Hold on. I'm butchering it. There's no fighting in the war room. What do we got here? One of my favorites is Glory. I like the Revolutionary Civil French Native American War. Yep. And still, no one has said my favorite war movie of all time. I'm curious if someone's going to put it in the chat here. And some of you might go, Eddie, that's your favorite war movie of all time. Hey, my favorite is my favorite. It might not be your favorite, but I'm curious if someone's going to get it here. Path of Glory is a great one. It is. It's so good. It's so good. Is Barry Lyndon considered like a war film? Because I'm curious if like Wikipedia has it as a war film. That also kind of deals with war too. Yeah, Kubrick did a lot of anti-war stuff. Barry Lyndon. What do they call this? It's a period drama film. Okay. the period drama film. But like, let's be real. There's a lot of war elements in Barry Lyndon. That's a wild movie, 3 hours and 23 minutes. But I dug the crap out of it when I watched it. Barry Lyndon. I've only seen it once. Apocalypse Now. Yes, Apocalypse Now. I haven't seen that one either. That's another one. That's Francis Ford. Need to check that out as well. Casualties of War and Platoon are great. Good to know. Yep, there we go. Ding, ding, ding. That is correct, ladies and germs. All right, cut that out. Pearl Harbor. Yep, from Michael Bay. That is my favorite war film. I can already hear the people going, really? That's your favorite war film? Freaking Pearl Harbor. You got that right, man. You got that right. Pearl Harbor is my favorite war film. Look, I understand. It's basically just Michael Bay doing his best Titanic. And that's exactly what it is. Yes, he's doing his best Titanic. But it has one of my favorite film scores of all time from Hans Zimmer. Particularly the main song, I guess you could say. It's called Tennessee, which is just absolutely beautiful. But I think it's look, I don't know. Is it weird to say Pearl Harbor is like a comfort movie to me? Like that is kind of weird to say, huh? Because it's based on like a real tragic event, but like just something about that movie. I don't know. I love watching it. I love watching it. And I know some people aren't crazy about the third act of it, like the lead up and then the actual event. That's the one that gets the most praise because that's just Michael Bay blowing shit up. But not a lot of people are crazy on that third act. I like the movie all the way through. I like it all the way through. So I love Pearl Harbor. Love, love, love Pearl Harbor. Eddie's Films and Stuff. What is crack a lacking, dude? Glad to see you in here, man. You just cracked 300 subs. You're going strong. Hopefully you got some more live streams coming up, man. Casualties of War is really good. And then we got Hacksaw Ridge. Yep, absolutely. Child's Play 3 is a good boot camp movie. Oh boy. Yeah, we were contemplating watching all of the Child's Play movies, and then I don't know, we just kind of fell off after 2 because I'm not that big of a fan of Child's Play 2. I think it's best as a one and done kind of thing. But yeah, Child's Play 3 is a good boot camp movie. Good to know. Yeah, a really hard watch, Laren, but great. Das Boot. That's right, Das Boot. A Soldier Story, Dead Presidents, more good ones. Yeah, some lesser known names there because I've only heard of Das Boot. That's the only one I've heard of. Whoa, David Blaine in the chat. Yeah, David Blaine's joining us tonight. That is right. Lone Survivor. Lone Survivor. Yep, that's one I have to check out. That's what the director's Peter Berg, right? He did that like trilogy with Mark Wahlberg, Deepwater Horizon, Lone Survivor, Patriots Day. So I've seen Patriots Day, but I have not seen the other two. What do we got here? I just saw Clockers for the first time, and that was my first time seeing Delroy, I think, and I thought he was brilliant in it. Clockers. I don't know what that movie is. Clockers. I know Clock Stoppers, but I don't know Clockers. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Has anyone mentioned Stripes? I don't know. Has anyone mentioned Stripes? I don't know. Let's see here. I love how it's just everybody's. Oh, I love it so much. Malcolm X. Okay. I was gonna say Malcolm X is a war movie. Yeah, I've seen a few of Spike's films. Do the Right Thing, Malcolm X, Clockers. Excited to see more. Really enjoy his work. Well, here's a fun fact. I have not seen a single Spike Lee joint. Nope, I haven't seen a single one of his films. I think I started way back in the day. I think I started Inside Man, and I didn't finish it. So I have to check out Inside Man, and I really want to see Do the Right Thing. That's the one I really want to see. First Blood is completely different from the rest of the franchise. It's much more drama about a vet returning home from the war. The sequels are all super soldier action flicks. Gotcha, gotcha. Okay, yeah, yeah. But it's, I mean, it's so cool that you threw it in there because, again, just at face value, I would not have thought of First Blood as a war film. If anything, I would have thought of like Rambo, the fourth one. That's the one I would have thought. Let's see here. First Blood is my favorite. It's a masterpiece. I like Gettysburg, although it's very long. Pearl Harbor? See what I'm saying? See, this is what I'm saying. Yep, Pearl Harbor. That's right. My favorite war film is Pearl Harbor, Michael Bay's masterpiece. Yes, you heard it here, folks. In my opinion, I don't think there's a better Michael Bay movie out there. You got everything, right? You got a love triangle, you got war, you got comedy, like there's some comedic elements in there. You got a phenomenal score. You got Kate Beckinsale. I mean, you got Jennifer Garner in a very early role, Ben Affleck, and then what's that other guy? Aaron. Oh, what is his name? Can't think of his name. The other guy, the main, like the the part of the love triangle, his best friend or whatever. Yeah, yeah, I'm not a fan of Pearl Harbor. I'm glad you like it. Not a lot of people are. And that's what makes it feel special to me for liking it so much. It's like everybody hates this movie except me. I just grew up on it. You know what I mean? Like I just grew up on watching it, and I think that's what did it for me. I think, and then of course I just remember rewinding the sequence of the bombing. It's so insane. It's like absolutely wild. Um, some of the stuff, like there's a wicked shot of like one of the Japanese bombers. He like drops one of the bombs, right? And it's like like the camera follows it all the way down. Like so you start at the top and then he releases the bomb and you follow the bomb all the way down until it hits one of the ships. It's absolutely wild. But yeah, like a lot of people, nitpicked that it wasn't accurate or I don't know. I don't know. Definitely check out Do the Right Thing if you can for sure. Yes, I do want to see. I definitely want to see Do the Right Thing. Absolutely. Because we were just at Universal and they like anytime they do construction at Universal Studios, the theme park, they'll usually put up like Universal posters for movies from their catalog. And they had a poster of Do the Right Thing. Here, I'll pull it up here. I'm dropping my phone. Let me pull it up here because I took a photo in front of it. I didn't share it anywhere, but um here it is, right here. There is yours truly in front of Do the Right Thing. If it wants to focus. Come on. Come on. Come on, do the right thing and focus. No, I guess it's not gonna not focus, but yep, there I am, right there. So yeah, that came out what, 89. Good year. Good year for film. What do we got? Absolutely check out Do the Right Thing. Yep. I have to. I have to do the right thing and check out Do the Right Thing. Um So can you just give a thumbs up or down for Dog Soldiers? Well, we haven't finished it. We haven't finished it. We started watching it and it was kind of late at night, so we paused it and we're gonna probably finish it tonight before moving on to the next film. So far, all I'll say is I'm here. So far, I'm here, and I want to say we're 40 minutes in. So 40 minutes in, and I'm right here. I'm not here, and I'm not here. I'm right here. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see. I will say I noticed because I turned to Haley during it and I was like, this is basically just Predator meets werewolf movies. Like that's the vibe I was getting. Like they're being hunted by a werewolf and they're military guys in like the jungle. I was like, wow, this is like Predator and then switch out the Predator so he's not an alien, but instead he's a werewolf. That's the vibe I got. I don't know if anyone else uh, feels that way. Dog Soldiers is epic. Please finish it. Yes, yes, we have to. Yes, I don't like not finishing movies. There's only a couple times that I'll do that. One of the more recent ones was April Fool's Day. Ugh, what a crappy movie. So I was like, yeah, like I don't even like. that one I didn't feel bad about not finishing. I was like, I'm probably better off not finishing this movie. So yeah, yeah, that's that. And that's exactly what it is. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. It looks like we caught up with the chat, which, hey, guess what? That means the stream's over. Once you catch up with the chat, what the heck's the point? So look, everybody, I appreciate you hanging out with me for what, about an hour and some odd change here on this Memorial Day. We don't say happy Memorial Day because it's nothing to be happy about, truly, at the end of the day. But just want to say thank you to everybody that has served, that will serve, and that is currently serving. I know that's a weird order. That has served, that is serving, and that will serve. There we go. Thank you for your service. And hopefully today is a day of remembrance and just being thankful for what we have available to us, freedom here in this country. At least I don't know where anyone else might be watching from. I know certain people's locations, but yeah, freedom, man, freedom. A Team America, World Police. I know that that's like a comedy, but I guess it's a war movie. I don't know. But thank you, everybody, for being here tonight. So I guess, because I can guarantee you we're not doing any other live streams, surprise live streams, until until next month. I know our next scheduled stream is June 2nd, right? I think, with Pure Hangout for fans of Something Live 23. So I guess it's official. I'm doing 40 freaking push-ups. So June 1st, look forward to 40 push-ups in a video, me struggling, you laughing, and hopefully you enjoy it. So I appreciate everybody that sends in super chats and supports the channel like that. And this is just my kind of comedic way to give back to you. That's all it is. But thank you for being here tonight, guys. Let's see here. Great stream, man. Stay frosty. Thank you. I appreciate that. Great stream. Thank you, Dell. Thanks, Ed. Thank you, Adrian, for being here. This was fun, Ed. Thanks for hanging out. See you soon. Have a great night, everyone. Yes, have a great night, everybody. We'll be back on June 2nd. Hold on. I just want to make sure that I'm getting that right. June 2nd. I don't want to blow smoke out my own ass. So what do we got here? June 2nd, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We will be live with Mr. Pure Hangout. So look forward to that. We'll be back. But until then, be thankful, everybody. Be thankful that we have freedom available to us and that we're able to do whatever we want. I get to be on YouTube and live stream and talk movies with you. And we couldn't do that without the great people that protect the country. So you're all awesome. I'm quite literally nothing. You're all awesome. Thank you for being here, and keep being fans of something.